Greetings, everybody. My name is Ricky Levon. This is, of course, the last string of Sanity. And this particular video blogcast is talking about the first book I've ever written, When Roses Cry. Yes, that's right. This is the first book that I've actually written, and I should say published. The first book I've actually ever wrote was actually a small story that I did back in 3rd grade. It's about this magician saving this town, and then, of course, as I got older, I've written many other stories and books and many other different stuff, but this is actually the very first one that was published. Now, it looks a little different than the original cover, because the original cover is actually done by a company called Publish America. Then, after about 7 years, I was able to retain the rights and was able to publish this book on my own. Using CreateSpace and using various other different outlets. So because of that, now I had to kind of go through a slight change. I even revised it. So now it's a whole lot more up to date. It even sounds a little bit better. Because like I said, it was done while I was in college and it was good. But now after experiencing writing other stuff, it was now been able to be more perfected, I should say. So now the story reads even smoother for all those who have the original cover, which is gray, has eyes, and has like a base of a rose. Well, this one is a little bit different. It's still the same, but it's a little bit different. You'll probably read it and be like, oh, this one actually sounds much more together. Now, what is the theme of this book? Well, the basic overall genre, I should say, of this story is more of a psychological thriller. As you can tell by the cover, it looks kind of dark, kind of creepy. That was actually done on purpose. There's a different video blogcast that would talk more about the cover, more about the title, but all you need to know is that there was a reason behind that. Now, this particular story is about a young lady who is dealing with multiple personality disorder and how her friends try to help her out and also stop her from trying to execute her dad. That's right, I said it. Execute her dad. She found out some stuff, and she believes it is now time to get rid of her father. However, her friends are definitely there to try to stop her, and a lot of this book is all about the past and how they get to this moment as far as how in the world do we even get to this point as far as trying to stop this person from doing this. All this story is really interesting. It has all kind of characters and stories, inspirations, and all type of stuff going on. The whole idea behind this book was I wanted to be able to write something so that way I could move on with the next story. If I want to write psychological thrillers, I could do that. If I want to write more of a loving type of stories, I could do that. If I want to write more religious type of stories, I could do that. If I want to write more action-packed books, I can do that. Basically, the whole idea was that I didn't want to be stuck in any one genre, so this thing has like a wealth of them, but it's not too far-fetched. It's not like all of a sudden aliens show up and then the zombie apocalypse happens, and then no, it doesn't go that crazy. But basically, though, you have this idea of like, wow, this story can go in all sorts of directions. And I really like it. It's a whole lot of fun. It's enjoyable. Like I said, I had to revise it to make sure it was much better. It sounds smoother in how the characters talk and respond to each other. Even how some of the direction, even how some of the characterization and how some of the wording, it sounds a whole lot better. But basically, though, When Roses Cry, it is available on Amazon.com, Lavari.com, CreateSpace, Barnes & Noble, any bookstore. And I do mean like any bookstore. You can go to your bookstore as long as they're connected to some other program where books are allowed to. Bookstores are able to order books. You can go there, tell them I want this book, When Roses Cry. They can bring it up, boom, have it sent to their thing. You pay them, they get the money, blah, blah, blah. It all works out. You definitely want to be able to check this out. When Roses Cry, it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy reading it. Probably even from like almost from the very beginning, how the story sets up. You're like, wow, this character is quite interesting, and it just moves right on from there. But you definitely want to pick yourself up a copy today. When Roses Cry, check it out. There's even a free chapter online and short stories that go along with this book. Trust me when I say there's one of the short stories that you definitely want to read. It kind of talks about the beginning of one of the cults that shows up in the story. That story is unreal. I probably should have put it in the book, but it kind of came later. So I said, you know what, we'll just keep it for free. You can read it online at your own leisure. Check it out. You're going to have a great time. Alright, thank you so much. That's When Roses Cry. Check it out. Any bookstore, anywhere online, or even at your own home bookstore. Remember, live life, but don't do anything you'll regret.